So I don't want to hold us up too much. I am going to start by I'm actually since there's what 18 of us, we can go around quickly and introduce ourselves. So I am going to start in the bottom corner, which means Myesha, I'm going to start with you.
Hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Myesha, and I'm grateful to be here. I'm an embodiment practitioner, educator, and coach, and lovely to be here with you all today.
Thank you. And Kevin.
Hello, everyone. Really, really happy to be here. Thank you, Violet and Melanie, for your incredible work to get all this together. It's mind-boggling. You do such a great job. So thank you so much for that. And thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm just really, really delighted to have this opportunity. For those of you who don't know me, my name here on Insight Timer is Meditation Space Online. And I've been here for about 3 years, hosting meditations regularly and really enjoying it and really appreciating it very deeply. And just feel so much gratitude to Insight Timer, and of course, especially to each and every one of you who make this all so, so beautiful. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Darice, I'm going to move over to you.
Hi, my name's Darice Klein, and I am a meditation instructor, yoga instructor here on Insight Timer. And also thank you to Melanie and Violet for hosting and creating this space. So I am grateful to the Insight Timer community and enjoy.
Thank you. And I'm going to jump down to Juan Pablo because when you jumped out, you got out of order. I'm sorry, I caught you with your apple. Do you want me to skip you and move to somebody else?
Okay. Yes, please.
I'm sorry, Fátima.
That's such a beautiful energy. So my name is Fátima Teixeira. I'm from Portugal. I'm a sound healer, music producer, and professional pianist and handpan player. And it's such a pleasure to be here with everyone. Thank you so much, Violet.
Wonderful to have you. Gina?
Hello, greetings everyone. I'm Gina Ferrara, and I am a teacher here, and I offer meditation, but I use Reiki and sound and really love it. And I was here last time, and it was very powerful and wonderful, and already I sense this great energy. So I feel like no matter what we do, if we sat here in quiet for an hour, we would be doing a great service to all of us. So grateful to be here and good to meet the people that I haven't met yet. So
I agree. I love the energy always. Carol.
I couldn't tell where I am on the screen, so I had to fish around and figure out how to turn the mic on. Hi, I'm Carol, and I'm a teacher here on Insight Timer. I am a spiritual teacher and intuitive channel, and mostly what I'm doing, aside from lives and making tracks and a whole bunch of stuff, I'm still trying to figure out Insight Timer. So, so I'm so grateful actually to Violet because she's helped me so much, and even encouraging me. And Alejandro, I really practiced your name today so I could get it right because I listened carefully how you said it last night. So I was really trying to make sure that I got it. So, all of the encouragement that I've gotten from so many of you has helped me to just try to figure it out, and when I make a mistake, I don't even care. I just, I thought, okay, I got friends, so we'll get it right. So then anyway, that's me. And yeah, that's me.
Carol, you're awesome. I've never seen, yes, and I've never seen you make a mistake, by the way. And now that your mouth is empty, come on, Pablo.
Thank you. I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just really, really loved and resonate with those words, Carol. It's all about continue taking action and we're gonna screw up, right? And we're not gonna be perfect, and we're gonna do mistakes, and that's just how life is. And I just, yeah, resonated so much. Thank you for bringing that. And my name is Juan Pablo. I am from Mexico City, and I live in another city called Querétaro now, that is very close to Mexico. And I am a mindset and meditation coach. I love meditation, and I am very thankful for this opportunity to connect with you. I've never done it, and I think it's a beautiful experiment, right? Life is an
Yeah.
experiment, and how we can integrate energy group, and in this way, when we have a group of people listening to us, and we are also a group of teachers talking, I find it so fascinating. So, yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Taylor.
Hello, everyone. I am so happy to be back. Thank you so much, Violet. My name is Taylor Holliday. I am a meditation teacher on Insight Timer, as well as an embodiment coach. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to everything that arises during our time together. So thank you.
And Alejandro, before you speak, Alejandro, I want you to see how OBS is working well for us. We put out good vibes. Take it away.
Yay, OBS, we love you. Hi, my name is Alejandro. I am a health and wellness coach and a mindfulness and meditation teacher. I've been on Insight Timer for a little bit over 3 years with a break in between. So since February 2023 here, with a heart for vulnerability and authenticity, and truly embracing and learning to embrace the reality of who we are today. So thank you, Violet. Thank you, Melanie, for again creating this space, not only for practitioners to come and practice with us and see us teachers, but for us teachers to connect with one another and truly embrace our giftings and understand that at the end of the day, we're all aiming towards the same goal. It just looks different. So thank you all, and yeah, it's an honor and a privilege to be here.
That warmed my heart. Melissa.
Hi, everybody. My name is Melissa. I go by Melissa Manifest here on Insight Timer. This is my first Ask Your Guide. So Violet and Melanie, thank you so much for inviting me and having me be here with everybody for this really special event. On Insight Timer, I talk about manifestation through quantum mechanics and tarot readings and aligning your energy to the moon and just raising your vibration and all the really fun things that we can do to really kind of identify our deepest desires and then reach them.
Awesome. And my twin there, the other Violet, Blossom Violet.
Hello there, Twinnie. Thank you, Twinnie, Violet, and Melanie, and everyone. For inviting me, and great to see everyone here. I play piano on Insight Timer, and I do spontaneous improvisation, which means I don't pre-plan what I play. I reconnect to the present moment or true self. I just play whatever that comes through me. So yeah, I hope everyone will come to my live. And I have a live tomorrow, so I hope some of you can join me. Great to see all of you here. Love to all.
And you better get to bed early tonight so you can get up for that.
Yes, definitely.
And Manal.
Hello. You skipped through, so I wasn't expecting to speak right now. I'm Manal Al-Ramli. Also, it shows up as Manal Mattain, and Mattain is all about attaining the life that you desire. I'm a coach here, life coach, a TEDx speaker, an author, and all about embodying self-empowerment. And we are all so fortunate to be humans on this life journey, and we have this special connection to spirit. And I just really enjoy guiding followers. I call it the Mattain tribe. Everybody on Insight Timer have up embracing your 4 bodies, physical, emotional, mental, and egoic, until you align with the unconditional worthiness, freedom, and love that we all inherently are. And it's just my pleasure to be here, Violet. Thank you, and Melanie, for bringing everybody together. And last week was so powerful, or 2 weeks ago. So I'm so excited to be here again today.
Awesome. And yeah, it's funny. My I see everybody differently. I don't know why Zoom does that. Like we all see the order completely different. Alison.
Hello. I'm so excited to be on here again. Thank you again, Violet and Melanie. My name is Alison Schuh. I am an intuitive transformational life coach. I also do Reiki energy and meditation, like many of you. I'm just a super fan of intuition and all things energy because that's what everything is made up of. Actually I have a gratitude is an attitude series happening right now for the month of November, where we're seeking gratitude where it begins within. And I also do intuitive readings on here and then some other teachings all around the intuition. So thank you again for having me. It's so nice to be in this collective. So thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Carly, a smile from heaven.
Hello, hello from another Aussie. Thank you again for having me. I feel like I'm part of the furniture now. Always here. Unless it's the middle of the night, then no, I'm not getting up. Sorry. Full respect. I was in the kitchen when before we started. Someone said it was like 11:30 at night for them here, and I'm like, yeah, full respect for you because that's not happening for me. I love being here, but I also love my sleep. But my name is Carly. I'm half of a smile from heaven. The other half is my amazing husband, Jordan, who's upstairs doing something else. I'm a creative arts therapist and Jordan is a medium, and we love coming together here on this amazing community. I do a lot of creative events and cacao events. I've got a cacao and dance tomorrow night. So we're going to be creative. I'll be creative dancing, and I'm just hoping that everybody else is going to dance with me, even though I'm the only one they're going to see. So, yeah, thank you very much, Violet and Mel, for having me back again. I'm super excited about today's. Thank you.
Me too. And Jill.
Hello, everyone. Firstly, I want to say I'm so grateful to Violet and Melanie. We've not met in person, but I feel like I know them and I know for sure I love them. My name is Jill Weston and I'm coming to you from San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. So Juan Pablo, you and I are vecinos, and even though you are someone else's best friend, Alejandro, I might get to see him, Alejandro, before you do.
There you go.
So, and that actually just points to what I really love is just being with intentional people who want to be of service to others, and it can take place in little tiny snippets. So I love the title of this offering, which is A Peaceful Pause. Sometimes I know it's too much for those of you out there, fellow teachers, even myself. We can't all go to, expensive retreats or retreats that are a week long. Sometimes it's a lot just to take 5 minutes to listen to any one of us on Insight Timer. But please know and believe a peaceful pause can do so much for you. And I've been on Insight Timer as a teacher a couple years. It actually happened during the pandemic. I wasn't sure how best to support and reach people, and came to Insight Timer. I mostly love offering my live Yoga Nidra classes, and I'm going to have one coming up on Sunday. And then I do have some recorded sessions if you're in the midst of an anxiety attack, if you can't sleep at night and it's 2 a.m, I am happy to support you doing that. And again, back to that peaceful pause. I just truly believe if we can be more peaceful within ourselves, then we have peaceful families, peaceful friendships around us, and then peaceful communities. And that is something that we can do, even if on a global scale it feels like too much. Just individually, we can truly take a peaceful pause and offer that to others. So I am grateful to be back here.
Thank you. Linda.
I'm Linda Wheeler, and this is my first time in this group, and I'm honored to be here. I love Insight Timer. I was a member before I became a teacher on Insight Timer. I've been teaching yoga and meditation about 10 years, been on the Insight Timer app about 3 years. I'm also an energy healer, and I specialize in helping people with their back pain. But back pain really encompasses the whole body. because if your hips are off or your feet are not landing on the ground the way they should, it affects your back, as well as we're all slouching forward with technology, of course, so that affects our back as well. So I'm honored to be here, and it's great to see people face to face for once. I start my day with Insight Timer, and I try to end my day with Insight Timer. So I might have attended some of your sessions or listened to some of the recordings of some of the other teachers here, and I'm just happy to be here.
Thank you for being here. And Melanie, where did you go, Melanie? I lost her on my screen.
Hi, everybody. I'm Melanie, and I was a little late. I don't know if you saw in the chat, I said that maybe the energy Gina was feeling was me at 6:28 asking Alexa, what's the time? Because I had been napping. And when she said 6:28, I flew up out of the bed and said, oh, shit.
The time is 6:47 p.m.
Anyway, here I am. And I'm so happy that you guys are all here, and I'm looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. And we are going to start with a beautiful meditation by Alejandro.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I guess, Melanie, we're all in the same. I mean, I also had a moment of um mixing my time zones. So it's been interesting. I'm not even at my house right now. So yeah, great to be here. And again, thank you so much, Melanie, and thank you so much, Violet, for having us here. So as we transition into this quick meditation, summoning peace, I invite you to find a comfortable place to be just as you are, with whatever emotions, feelings, and thoughts. It's okay. We're human, and that is the beauty of being here in this timeline, that we get to feel, that we get to think. So go ahead and find that comfortable position. No requirements. Maybe you're laying down, maybe you're sitting down in your meditation cushion, maybe you're in your sofa, your recliner, and that's okay. And if it's comfortable with you, go ahead and close your eyes or lower your gaze. And if your gaze is lowered, go ahead and find a spot to truly focus on. And as we come together, we truly set the intention to harness the collective power of peace, sending waves of love, compassion, and kindness, not only inward, but outward as an outflow of the peace that is already within us. And go ahead, and I invite you to take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. And feel yourself settling into the moment, into the now. And let's take another collective deep breath in and slowly release. Now bring your attention to your heart. And if it's comfortable with you, I invite you to place a hand, or even both, above your heart center, the place where your emotions reside. And imagine a soft, warm light glowing from within, a light of compassion, of love, of peace. And as you continue to breathe, following your natural rhythm, allowing the breath to ground you in the here and the now, imagine that with each inhale, this light grows brighter and stronger. With each exhale, imagine it gently rippling out, extending beyond you. And picture this wave of peace moving through you, within you. And as you continue to breathe, being grounded in the here and the now, imagine as it grows and it flows and it moves through your community, your neighbors, extending to your loved ones, your city, extending through your county, your country, and it extends to your continent and beyond. And know that as we are here together, we're all doing the same and our energies are connecting. And as we connect in one accord, this frequency of peace gets stronger, and this light of love and compassion grows brighter. And together, we co-create this vast ocean of peace and healing. And now silently or out loud, whatever is comfortable with you, I invite you to repeat the following after me. May peace be within me. May peace surround me. May peace flow through me to all beings. May peace be within me. May peace surround me. May peace flow through me to all beings. May peace be within me. May peace surround me. May peace flow through me to all beings. Allowing these words to truly take root within us. Understanding that right here, right now, we have all as one created this beautiful blanket of love and peace around this beautiful planet. And we come together as one, and we speak peace to those who need it the most. Those who can't sleep, we say peace, be still. It's going to be okay. You're loved. You are supported. You're always enough. And as we bring this meditation to a close, gently return your awareness to your breath, taking one last collective deep breath in and gently releasing. And when you're ready, open your eyes, carrying this peaceful energy with you throughout your day or your night. Be blessed. Thank you.
Thank you. That was so beautiful. Like I could just picture us all, in this giant circle, spreading that light. It was beautiful. And teachers, feel free to unmute yourselves, jump into the chat. I'm going to look through and see what's been going on in the chat that I've been missing over here. So awesome to see so many people here. 144.
I'll just share that, Alejandro, that was so moving. I really, I became in a way I didn't expect it to, and I'm not I use visualization quite a lot, but it isn't something I do that well. But it was such a powerful vision for me today. So thank you. It was really, 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 really wonderful. Beautiful way to start this.
I say the same thing, Gina. It was so beautiful, Alejandro. Thank you so much. What a wonderful meditation. I was very impressed. I loved every single word that you said and how you guided us. And I'm not saying it because you're my mindful best friend. I'm just saying it because it was so beautiful, man.
I'm glad we're hearing from you since I've said it so much and you haven't said it once. So thank you for allowing me to know that you and I are mindful best friends. Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was beautiful. I felt like we were all connected energetically as you were going through that meditation. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And I also think because of all the things that are happening, I think this is the key. I mean, for me, there is no doubt. This is the way that we're gonna actually do something positive and create beautiful things in the universe by returning to these spaces and these practices. And we just did it, right? So we get to celebrate it.
I agree.
The energy is so incredible, Alejandro. That was so beautiful and just tingling all over. And I just wanted to invite everybody that's participating to tell us how they feel and where they're feeling it. I can feel tingling in my feet and my legs and just sort of feeling it all over, and I can't stop smiling. But it's always nice to hear how everybody's interpreting it. And what does peace mean to you? That was what I was sort of reflecting on it. Sometimes I was taking the word peace and building some synonyms onto it, and the word love came up, and compassion and kindness. So just thought it would be interesting for us to explore that. What does peace mean?
I love that question. Anybody want to jump in and say anything or put in the chat?
Thank you, Alejandro.
do.
I know you can't see me at the moment, but I'm here. I really struggle to do quiet meditations. I can't keep my hands still, my neurospicy brain. So I said to Violet, I'm going to just do some Zen tangling, because for me, this is part of my meditation. But it was absolutely beautiful to be able to just zone out to your lovely voice. And I kind of forgot that I was here. Thankfully, my face wasn't on camera because, I don't know, I must have been off with fairies at some point. So thank you. It was beautiful.
I would like to say thank you to Alejandro. I really feel that tonight there is this extra boost of energy in which it feels like we are so connected. We can feel it very strongly in our body, in our soul, in our energy, in our aura. Like, it's very strong, the energy of connection tonight. And I'm not sure if it's just the full moon. And when I say just, it's a very strong full moon tonight. But it's, I feel that here on Inside Timer, we have been this group that you, Violet and Melanie, you have been growing. It's so powerful. It started small with such a strength, and now it's growing in a beautiful flower. All the seeds that you planted, they are growing in a beautiful mastermind. So really thank you for all the energy that is here tonight.
And thank you for saying that, because, that was my hope when we started this, that night that I said to Melanie, hey, what do you think about this idea? And we started out with like 4 other teachers besides us, and what it's grown to me, just, like, I love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you. Anybody else jump in? I was reading a couple of comments.
And this is Jill.
Hey,
Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
This is Jill. I wanted to comment. Hussein had said in the comments, for them, peace is not fighting with thoughts or emotions. And probably not for most of you listening. You're probably on Insight Timer and being a part of this because you have some understanding. I think it's worth discussing too that I don't know everybody on the panel, but I know that we're not saying, if you meditate, if you listen to Alejandro's meditation or someone else's, that life is easy and peace just comes to you. But the comment about just not fighting within yourself, someone else said feeling, and I think, and many of you are somatic practitioners. So a peaceful pause doesn't mean that you stop and move away from the world, and then when you go back to real life, suddenly everything is better, but really understanding how to accept your thoughts, how to accept your emotions. Sometimes maybe your emotions or thoughts are not what you want to speak out loud, or they're not what you have been taught, but understanding that that is what you're experiencing at the time. And then understanding when you move through the world, how do you move in a way, how do you navigate the world and not take those thoughts and behaviors out on other people? So it's that real life. Again, it would be great to go away and meditate forever. A lot of us use Insight Timer, but we're up against the real world. And with recognition and, again, acceptance, you can navigate in the real world in a peaceful way. It does take some work. So I really appreciated the comment about not fighting, whatever your thoughts, feelings, emotions are, maybe because of trauma, because of reactions to people and things around you. And as Alejandro said in his beautiful meditation, even when you feel like you're alone and maybe no one else supports you or wants to hear your voice, to me, my belief and understanding is that I'm always supported and always have guidance.
Can I just add, thank you, Jill, because I think what you're saying was absolutely beautiful. I think it was Jill because I was looking down, but I saw your mouth moving, so I assumed it was Jill. And I want to add to that because I think it was amazing that for me, peace comes when I'm accepting of myself and all my imperfections. Like, I'm doing these lines and there's nothing perfect. There's nothing symmetrical about these lines. They're wonky as heck. They're, they're not parallel perfectly, but it still looks great. And it did what it's supposed to do. It brought me to a sense of peace within. And I no longer beat myself up on what is deemed to be, perfect, or societal norms of what is expected. Peace for me not only comes from within, but comes from being okay with the parts of us that are challenging. And when it shows up, how do we respond to that? And 5 years ago, the old Carly would have been like, oh, I would have ripped this up and started again or printed it out because then I can, make sure it's perfect if it's done digitally, but now I'm like, it's just paper and pen. The world hasn't ended. I still got that peaceful pause. I still got that moment within for myself and my creativity, thanks to Alejandro's beautiful calming words. And I was like breathing through it and I was connecting, and I don't care that my lines aren't straight. So I wanted to add that. Yeah.
I'd love to add to that, to Jill and to Carly. The words that I love and just is surrender, and it was actually written there: surrender and flow and allowing, and acceptance sort of has some of that flavor in there. And meditation is a tool for us to collectively build our muscles. So ultimately, in real life, we can allow and flow and be, and ultimately see whatever is coming at us, and stay from a place of peace. And yes, we're not anger, frustration, sadness, and all these things, just like the weather. And it's about us going and moving and flowing with it, because it's all expressions of our human journey. So it is about loving the expression of the mind, because that mind that's doing the loop-de-loop-de-loo is actually telling you that you're fearful of something. And if you honor the thoughts and then say, well, what are the root cause of that thought, you might find some fear. And that fear might have a flavor of not feeling good enough, or fear of perhaps feeling out of control. And when you taste that fear and you honor that fear, those thoughts just disappear. So I just wanted to build, because it's beautiful for us to allow all the expressions of our bodies, physical, emotional, mental, and the egoic, from a place of curiosity and acceptance and allowing and flow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Violet, do you want to go?
No. I wanted, I see we have a few hands up, and I'm going to let Melanie call people out so that you can speak as well.
I love to call people out. Thank you. Darice.
I felt that. I'm just messing
I know
with
she
you.
does.
So
I could say that's the New Yorker in you, but
I love it. So for me, I've been thinking about peace a lot lately, because I can find this sense of peace in the most chaotic situations. Even I don't have it on right now, but my little aura ring, like I track it throughout my day and notice when I've come into high stress situations, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get a peak on that ring saying that I experienced stress or my heart rate increased, and it doesn't. And I'm like, really? Because I felt that, but apparently my body didn't register that in that time, where the little beads of sweat are forming. And I'm a nurse, so I have like a lot of high stress situations throughout my day and throughout my week. But for me, peace is freedom, and that freedom comes from acceptance of what is. Okay, acceptance of what is, and knowing that I have the tools to manage whatever I'm experiencing in that moment, whether it's just reframing my thoughts, taking a deep breath, choosing to step away from the situation, because we can always leave. We're never stuck. So facing my fears, realizing the power that I have over them, and also realizing that nothing is happening until it's happening. People like to use words as like weapons, and nothing is happening until it's happening. So realizing that just might be their game, and realizing the power that you have over that. So yeah. So for me, that is my definition of peace.
Thank you.
I love that.
It is really beautiful. I think because you work as a nurse, you see a lot of things that bring you to that perspective.
I work as a nurse in a correctional setting as well. So I am dealing with a lot of different situations, a lot of mental health. My training is also in emergency medicine, so I seem to gravitate towards the high stress situations. So I'm so grateful to now have the practice of meditation and yoga in my tool belt. Yeah.
Thank you. Juan Pablo?
Um, I need to get a ring like yours. It sounds so cool to have a ring like that. Can you hear me? Yeah, right? Okay, okay, thank you. And yeah, I am loving this discussion. Thank you so much. I think it was Manal, right? You gave this topic, and I think it's so interesting because we all have a different perspective on what is peace. And for me, what is coming to my mind is, well, the natural state, right? We want to feel abundance, we want to feel happiness, we want to feel peace, and it's our natural state. Like whenever we are not focusing on what our mind is telling us, then we must experience peace because that is our natural state. And I think is something that we sometimes are wanting to achieve so much, and we're looking for peace, and we don't notice that all it takes is for us to be who we are, right? And to stop fighting and to stop focusing so much on what our mind is telling us, because the mind is always telling us, no, you can be peaceful when this situation gets solved, or when you have a better clothes, or a better house, or a better boyfriend, then you will be peaceful. But our natural state is peace. And I just wanted to add again that that beautiful drawing, I am for sure that it had a lot to do a smile from heaven, because we're talking about peace and you're writing the word, and even before you already drew it. So I think it's also very mystical and magical how it's all connected, and how we are all creating our reality from our uh, way of thinking, right? And our beliefs are creating our reality. I think we don't understand so much how everything that we're thinking is actually creating the dimension that we're experiencing. So it's a beautiful thing, and a beautiful tangible evidence is we're talking about peace, and we have a drawing in the middle of the screen. In my screen is right in the middle the drawing that says peace in such a beautiful drawing.
Thank you. Alejandro?
To what Gina said earlier, and I think we've all resonated, and Manal, the power of connection. My fingertips are still vibrating, which is really interesting because usually it kind of calms down. But it is so important to understand the power of unity when it comes to peace, because we find ourselves thinking of self as this individual um being, and we sometimes forget that we're actually interconnected, even if we don't want to be. By nature, it is who we are. It is this energy. Our energy is constantly connecting with others. So the beautiful um moment that we're experiencing right now of truly connecting with one another intentionally, and connecting and allowing ourselves to tune into this frequency of love and acceptance. I know there's some teachers here and that I personally know who truly have a beautiful relationship, an intimate relationship with the divine, and it is so beautiful to be able to connect to that frequency. So for us, not only as teachers, but as practitioners and as everyday people, the beauty that there is when we truly understand that, yes, I am me, and I am I, but also we are I, and we are and I am is not only singular, but I am is also plural, and it is this beautiful energy. And I just keep picturing the universe and the world and this beautiful interconnectedness from different points. So I am so blessed and so honored to be here, and so honored to intentionally connect with you teachers here, and with your energy, and allowing your energy to bring healing to my body, to bring healing to my soul, but also the exchange of energy. And so thank you all so much. And thank you all the practitioners. And thank you, Gina and Myesha and Melissa and Juan Pablo and Carol and Carol, who is a pillar of strength to the community. So thank you, Carol, so much. And I'm gonna stop talking because I'm gonna start crying. And if you know me, we cry, and I don't want to go there today.
I have tissue.
Carol, did you want to jump in?
Yes, because I couldn't find the button where it has the hand. You know, I'm still trying to figure it out. I looked and looked, but anyway, yeah, I wanted to share a little short thing. It's only my sister and I, so it was only 2 children in the family, and my parents were phenomenal, and I can't imagine anything that we wanted that we didn't have. So on that note, it was really a charmed life. On the other hand, my parents didn't get along. So they fought every day when they were in each other's presence all the time, except for Christmas morning. And that lasted till about noon. They behaved. And then there was no violence, nothing like that, but it was just just crazy yelling all the time. And I used to pray that they would get a divorce just so that there would be peace, because I just wanted them to stop. And obviously they weren't going to. So in my mind as a little kid, I knew that there was a such thing as divorce because there were soap operas and people got divorces. So to me, that was a good solution. And so I offered that solution, and they just, they were not paying any attention to me. So here's the thing. I was the oldest, and no matter what was going on, I had a responsibility for my little sister and other cousins that lived with us from time to time. So the oldest one had the responsibility to make things happen. There was a note on the dining room table every morning, and you better check off all that stuff by the time mom and dad gets home. That's fine. That's just how it worked. However, it's difficult to have fun and know what to do. And I'm going back to my little kid feelings a lot. I didn't always know what to do because there was so much argument and so much criticism. And so when I had to follow, make sure I checked off everything on the list, I wasn't sure what it would be like if I missed something. And then I had to have perfect grades. I get it. I'm not mad about that. I understand that. There was just a lot. And I had to find a way to be able to do what I was responsible to do, not just to look out for my little sister, but to, be sane kind of. I didn't have that word, that language when I was little to be sane, but I had to find a way to be okay. That's what I would call it. Just, I need to be okay. And so I would talk to God, because I did go to Sunday school. So there was God, and I'd ask a whole bunch of questions about why. So I didn't have all the wonderful techniques that you guys have now and that I'm learning. All I had was a relationship with God. And the more I talked to God, the more I called it going to that place, that quiet place. And I really felt like I got instructions, but the biggest thing I got was how you manage within the midst of all the craziness. Like while all this is going on, this is what you should do. And this is what you can say to your little sister. And things used to come to me, like how to be okay with the craziness that was going on. And that's what I understand what now was peace, but then it was, I go to this place and I'm going to get what I need, and I'm going to understand how I need to feel and what I need to think to be okay, to go to school, to be able to, you know what I mean? To understand what I needed to be understanding in school without worrying about, are my parents going to be crazy and all of that. And I finally went away to college, And I was really glad to get there. And about 2 weeks in, my sister called, and I could hear my parents screaming in the background. And she was all upset. And she said, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I said, okay, just hold on for a minute. And I stopped and I said, God, what do I do now? Because I'm hours away. What do I do? And it just came to me like, go get your sister. It's just no big deal. And I was driving, so I said, I'll be there to get you. Be packed, I'll get you. And I drove and I picked her up. And what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that it was bad and it was terrible and I need sympathy. It's not that. I'm saying that this is how I found what is called peace. It's with God and speaking to God and trusting. And now there's God, there's spirit, there's infinite intelligence, there's all these different names, and I'm comfortable with all of those wonderful names. But at the end of the day, I go there and say, tell me what I need to do in the midst of these things that I can't control. And I know that I'm going to get a knowing of what I'm supposed to be, because I can't fix it, but I need to know how to navigate through it so that I could do the things that I need to do. And I can be 100% for those who need me and they're not sure. So I'm gonna say this and then I'm close because I feel like I've been talking too long. I had 3 children and things were happening. And I went at dinner one day, I said, listen, you don't get upset unless you see me get upset. As long as I'm not upset, you're okay. You just keep moving, doing what you have to do. You keep your eye on me. That's all I knew how to tell him, because I knew I was getting my marching orders from another place. And it was a lot to tell 3 little ones how to connect with God on the spot. So I said, you just keep your eye on me. And they said, well, Mom, aren't you upset about this and that? I said, no, I'm not. And I'm telling you, you don't be upset. You do what you need to do and let God take care of this. So I know it sounds kind of cliche and it's sometimes a little bit corny, but, and oversimplified, but sometimes that's how it gets, and I've been on the planet a little bit. And every time it gets really crazy, that I go to that place. And, I've been through divorce and religious trauma and all these things. And that's why I'm on Insight Timer, to share where I've been, how I got through it. It may not be, this is what you do. This is what I did. And there it is. It's God. And now I'm learning from everybody language and where it comes from. But sometimes I don't have time. I just have to go there and say, Spirit, what should I say here? What should I do here? Because people are depending on me and I got to come out like I know what's going on. And I can say, listen, I'm not feeling really comfortable with this, but this is what we're going to do. And that's it. Okay, so I'm turning off my mic because I can just go on with that. But that's my little recipe for peace. I just go there and see what God's spirit has to say, and whatever I'm needing at the time, that's the name I use, Infinite intelligence. I need some intelligence right now because this is way over my, I can't get this. And I feel okay because am I going to make a mistake and read it wrong? Probably, but probably not. Like, I'm taking care of other people and they're more important than I am right now. So I'm trusting that you're going to help me get it right. So that's it.
Thank you. Alison?
Oh, Carol, you just made me think of, I'm going to give you a little side word. It's called Schuh. Spirit, higher power, universe, God. So I call on Schuh, right? For all the love, right? That I need when I need it. And I came up with that for my kids because they needed something, right? But I wanted to talk a little bit about the the collective. And this is one of the reasons I love being here on Insight Timer, and I feel like it's such a gift to be able to come on, because it's really a collective of choice. It's us choosing to come together to better ourselves and ultimately to better the world. That's what I believe. And when I think about power, there's a lot of use of the word power, and a lot of times it's just so big and vast and fighting and just power. But I believe that's what peace is. Peace is our calm power. It's that gentleness that we all have that sometimes it might be hiding within, and we just don't know where it is or how to call to it. And I think there's many ways to do that. We all have our individual power, our individual, big, grand power, but we all have this beautiful, gentle peace that we can share with ourselves, that we can share with this choice collective that we're all part of. So I just wanted to share a little bit of that, but thank you all so much for coming together and sharing your collective choice. So thank you.
Thank you. Gina?
Wow, I thought I was way down on the list there, so I was typing away.
I was going to say, I think Fátima was waiting, but that's fine. Go ahead.
I think something happened to my hand. It went away. But in any case, I'm actually going to have to leave anyway, so I'll just speak briefly. But, I like to just take a breath and take a moment since it's a pause for peace. So I just thought maybe we could just take a break from the sound for a moment and breathe. Sometimes I feel like words get in my way, and I try to think for myself and to share with other people that the words aren't always there, and they don't have to be there, that it's okay to just have the feeling or search for the feeling. For me, I feel that it is always different. The thought of what peace is always different depending on the circumstance and where I am in the world. So I loved, somebody said nature, maybe Juan Pablo. But so I think it is always shifting, and I am a Reiki practitioner, among other things, and the thing that I go to all the time to check in with myself, and I know that we just had Kindness Day, is the 5 principles. I will not anger, I will not worry, I will be grateful, I will work diligently, and I will be kind. And sometimes I need to check in with not sometimes, I do it constantly, check in with myself to see and that helps me to kind of find my sense of peace and my balance. But thank you. Everything that people said has resonated for me, and it was really been valuable and lovely. And Carly, I do appreciate you drawing on here, because it's hard to show ourselves like that, and I appreciate that very much. So I love you all, and everybody that is out there that I cannot see, I love you too. I am grateful to all of us for being here, myself included, and Violet and Melanie, and I hope everybody has a beautiful rest of their day. And peace to everybody.
Thanks, Gina. Fátima?
Thank you so much. I want to thank Carol for her sharing, because it was making me think that we need to touch the vulnerability in order to feel peace. And she was being very vulnerable, and I can share that. I was also a daughter of divorced parents, or having situations at home, and then also going through a separation where you have to raise a daughter without the support that you were expecting or that was supposed. And all these things make us rethink peace. In my heart, since the beginning, when we started the live, I felt that peace is to just be and have faith, trust the process, because we all have challenges and things happening, and we in the journey we learn to find peace in those moments. In a kind of funny way, I was thinking, how do you find peace when you have a mosquito in your bed, when you are laid in a bed with lights off? And how do you find peace in those moments where you have a challenge and you don't really know if you should react, act, breathe, pause, but in some way, when you just be and when you are living the present, you are not stressing with the past, you are not stressing with the future, and you are allowing whatever is happening, whatever you need to learn, whatever needs to happen, to really happen in those moments. I also wrote here about grounding, that tonight is the full moon in Taurus, so it's a very powerful energy to really ground and to really bring that peace from the Mother Earth. And before I finish, I just want to remind, even for the teachers that didn't speak yet, there's an option with a heart that says reaction. So you click there and you can raise your hand so everyone can speak. I also will have to go because it's late here, but I feel very blessed by the energy of everyone. And Alejandro, it's full moon, so it's very normal to cry. Everyone is crying on the full moon, on the week of the full moon. You know, it's very, very normal. So we are with you. We also feel very emotional. I could feel the emotion on Carol. And I really feel, you know, when you share something more private with this group, you feel that you trust. So thank you so much, Carol, for trusting and for sharing and inspiring us.
I just want to say that for Alejandro, it must be a full moon every day.
I was born during a full moon, so that might have something to do with it.
That makes sense.
Myesha.
Thank you. I love that for you, Alejandro. I just wanted to speak a little bit too about the power of community at this time, because you know, I've been sensing and feeling a lot of what's happening in the collective energy, and quite frankly, there's a lot of delusion going on. There's a little bit of chaos, and people are feeling deflated and disempowered. And I really appreciate spaces like this where we can come together for in a very intentional way, right? To get to choose what we build, right? To get to choose what we focus our energy on, and to build something together that starts to realize that truth that we're all creating together. So like this space here, for me, it's been really generative. It's like a creative space. It's a sharing of ideas and energy. And that's a really beautiful space to be in. And so what I want to sort of elevate in the space is like this idea of community and the power of community, and how each of us in this space can really attune into what is mine to do, right? So people are feeling disempowered and feeling kind of like lost. And this work that we're all doing, all of the teachers on this platform, all of the teachers here tonight, everybody in the chat, we're all doing this work to really understand our place in the world, and getting clear on what is mine to do for me is peace. It brings me peace, because I understand that me doing what is mine to do in community with other people who are also doing what is theirs to do, it means that I don't have to bear all of that on my own shoulders, right? And it also means that that when I need to rest, I can rest. and me resting, contrary to what we've been sold, this illusion that we've been sold, but my resting doesn't stop the world, right? One person resting don't stop no show. And especially not if we're all connected to what it is that we are here to do, and we are all actively doing that, then our rest actually is generative. It's fueling the generative spirit, the generative energy that we're all creating. And so I just want to kind of elevate that that power of community and us being connected to that, is really allowing those illusions to kind of dissolve within us and in the ways that we relate to one another. Because we work in rhythms and cycles, right? It's an ebb and a flow, and we don't have to be overreactive right now because of what's happening in the world. We certainly don't need to burn ourselves out responding to the chaos with more chaotic energy. So we get to slow down, and I love this space because we get to do that together, right? And we get to sort of be tuning forks for each other and really allow ourselves to move with intention, with clarity, with peace. And just to say too, that peace is not mutually exclusive to massive change, to revolution, and to evolution. And so when we're connected to that which is ours to do, we can all move in that space together. And then I want to pull up a quote, an elevated quote that says, this is by Prentice Hemphill, and I went to an event recently, and this quote really spoke to me, and it says, "We get to feel together what is too big to feel alone, and we get to do together what is too big to do alone." And so I just want to thank everybody on this panel, every teacher that chose to be here tonight, everybody who wanted to be here but couldn't, and every person that clicked on the live today for helping to build and create something from a place of knowing and clarity, right? That fuels us, that lights our fires, that doesn't deplete us, and that helps us create and sustain peace. So I'm so grateful to be here and sharing this energy with you all tonight.
Well, Myesha, I think that's a beautiful way to segue into your ending meditation.
All right, let's do it. I almost forgot that I was doing the closing meditation. Just kidding. Okay, so I really want to sort of weave a bunch of the different threads that we created here together as we close out our time together and summon peace, generate peace, and sustain peace within ourselves and in the world. So just finding a comfortable and supported seat. Just carving out a place in a space that is just yours. Assuming a posture that reminds you that you are sacred. May you know that you are sacred. The powerful thing that I love about the breath is that it has a communal quality to it. And attuning to the subtlety of it brings you into communion, into union. In the breath, we can realize ourselves and the world is one. And so we're going to play with this energy as we move through this, our ending and our closing practice today. So we're going to use our prana to summon peace, summoning peace with prana. So begin to observe your body breathing and just noticing the natural ebb and flow of the breath and its rhythm. Letting go of any effort that you've created with the breath and just allowing it to be just as it is. We're going to embrace the energy of non-doing at this point in what we call Wu Wei. And shifting your approach from taking a breath to receiving the breath. Just letting the breath come to you and enjoying the ease with which you receive the breath. So receiving on the inhale, and as you release the breath on the exhale, feel yourself giving back to the all around you. Just receiving it, giving back. The cyclic breath. Receiving, giving back. And notice as you soften with each breath, notice and feel yourself co-creating with the all around you. Softening, giving, receiving, letting go. Feeling your loving presence expand with each breath. Noticing the quality of your mind as you receive and as you give back. And letting go of any gripping or bracing around the breath and letting it be easy. Letting it be easy. And as you observe yourself, feel the rise and fall of your navel, rising and falling effortlessly. You can think of each time you receive the breath as a blessing. Each time you release the breath as an offering. Now notice how the inhale ascends and the exhale descends without any shaping or doing from you. Just notice, sense, and feel this movement within your body. And as we're weaving this presence of peace that we've all generated and co-created here together, feeling it in the atmosphere around you and beginning to well up inside of you. As you recognize its presence and welcome it to permeate your inner atmosphere, just allow yourself to rest in this peace for just a moment, allowing it to work its medicine, to bless each cell in your body, riding on that wave that Alejandro spoke to, riding on the rhythm of your breath, and purifying you from the inside out. Allowing peace to fill you with an unsurpassed felt sensation of peace. And be still. Be still and know this peace within. Begin to observe the flow of your breath now, just from the tip of your nose. Observe the breath, feel the breath, sense the breath. From the moment it enters your nostrils, gliding along the roof of your nose, filling your lungs, descending, and then appearing to dissolve. And then notice the natural impulse to release the breath, following that flow back up to and through your nose, reaching the nostrils. And then notice how when the breath moves outside of the body, it is no longer yours. It's no longer just yours. It flows out into infinity, into the all. So following this flow of the breath in and back out for 3 more breaths on your own. So we are anchoring this vibration of peace within us. And as we anchor the peace within us, we anchor it within this earth that we are so intricately connected to, realizing that peace is always within, generating, summoning peace, expanding in peace, vibrating peace, and smoothing out the breath, any bumps or breaks, receiving smooth, even, steady breaths in, smooth, even, steady breaths out. And we'll begin to close out our practice with something that I love about the Hawaiian culture. It's this aspect of aloha. And in Hawaiian culture, aloha is more than just a greeting. It is an experience that involves sharing breath. And it's traditionally performed by pressing foreheads and noses together while inhaling at the same time. And so translated, it means in the presence of the breath of life. So this sharing of breath can be performed energetically, across time, across distance, because we are creators, we're generative beings, remember? So aloha. I invite you to say it out loud if you can, or quietly to yourself. Aloha. Aloha is the life force. It's the spirit that cannot be contained within the body, nor in time or space. It is the breath that the cosmos have always breathed. So feel and sense the power of that. And notice how that feels in the body, this communion, this union of breath between each and every one of us, connecting us so beautifully, intricately, and beyond ways that we cannot even begin to understand with the mind. And so wherever you feel or perceive a separation, call it out with your voice, aloha, and let it be transmuted by this communion between us, this energetic pressing of the foreheads, and let the illusion of separation dissolve as you chant aloha. And as we inhale together as one, let each exhale be an offering to ourselves and to one another. And so I'll bring in the words that Alejandro spoke in the opening meditation to close us out. Aloha. You may speak this vow to yourself, to each other. May peace be within me. Aloha. May peace surround me. Aloha. May peace flow through me to all beings. Aloha. Vowing to cultivate a loving attentiveness with ourselves and with the world. And now taking a deep audible exhale out. Expanding our sacred circle to include all of those who are not here in this space. Everyone, everywhere. Sending aloha to gathering all the peace, the blessings of vitality that you just summoned, embodied. Breathing through the heart now. And enjoying the melting sweetness of an open and expansive heart. Literally feeling and sensing walls, borders, divisions dissolving. And sharing your heart with those of us in this sacred space, creating a blessed circle of peace and love. And seeing, sensing, and feeling this vibration elevate to every inch of the earth, letting it flood the atmosphere. The presence of peace is here. It's everywhere. It's anchored within each and every one of us, and it's expanding infinitely. So continue to feel and sense the spirit of the breath arriving from infinity and returning to infinity, weaving all of us together in loving presence as we bow to the spirit of aloha. Thank you for your practice, and thank you for allowing me to be of service in this way.
That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. Feel free to unmute yourselves, the rest of you. I know some of you have not spoken, and if you would like to, now is your chance.
Thank you so much for that meditation. That was so beautiful and healing and like everything that I've been calling in. I'm so grateful for the space. And you mentioned the power of community. And that's something that I personally have always been searching for. And I feel, well, I know that I found it on this platform. And for all of you that are tuning in, you know, as teachers, we want to create a sacred space for you. But you also do that for us. And for me, peace has been self-acceptance. And I have really been so fortunate to be able to love and accept myself through working with other people here. It's been a gift that I did not think I was going to receive as a teacher here. So I just wanted to share that for all of you that tune in. You support us as teachers as much as we're trying to pour into you. So thank you all very, very much. And again, thank you for your meditation.
Anybody else have anything they want to add? Go right ahead.
I wanted to just say aloha to everybody. I just felt that from my core and send it to each and every one of you. Aloha.
I want to go press my forehead and my nose against somebody.
That was beautiful. I'll never look at the word aloha the same way again.
I agree.
I'd really like to
Thank
thank
you very much, Violet and Mel, for bringing it all together again. Another beautiful space for all of us to come together to listen to those beautiful words from Alejandro and Myesha to start us off and end us out. And so good. Thank you for holding that space for us.
Absolutely. Juan Pablo, you were going to say something. Like I said, unmute yourselves and go right ahead and speak.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. It was a pleasure. I think the one that wanted to say something also was Kevin, but I just wanted to finish up and thank everybody. And well, have an awesome night if it is night where you are or day.
Yes, Kevin, please.
Thank you so much, Violet. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been just an incredible experience and beautiful, beautiful happening here today, tonight, this morning, wherever we are in the world. Myesha, that was such a beautiful, beautiful meditation you just shared and gifted to all of us. Thank you so much. And to Alejandro as well for opening with that beautiful meditation as well. Everything, every word has been just so filled with that space, that vibration of peace. And I feel that the real gift of peace is that it's something that we truly have within us, but just when we can find the way to allow and enable it to rise up and bubble up from within, then it really, really reveals its eternal presence within us. And in fact, when we want to help the world as we all do, the world is really here in one sense, the North Pole, South Pole, and so on. And making this world happy, I feel, is an essential part to really bringing peace into the world. And then sharing that in whatever way we possibly can, even just a smile. It can be the simplest, tiniest little thing, or it can be something on a grander scale. So many possibilities are there. And the thing is that for me in my journey, peace has not only been, of course, peaceful situations and wanting to have peace, but also to have a sense of who I truly am, an identity. That for me, peace is not in any way limited. Peace is really unlimited in so many ways, in all ways. And that includes knowing who I truly am, certainly as this human being, as this body and this mind, but is also something that's just really beyond all of that. And as I'm always saying in my sessions, is undying and unchanging. So that's really been the integral part of my journey and continues to be. And I just want to make a quick aside to say happy birthday, Melanie. It may have already passed, but I know it was coming up around now. So I just really wanted to send that out to you and just appreciate you, Violet, once again for all your wonderful, wonderful work. Thank you everyone so very much. Just love and appreciation to everyone everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. And yes, her birthday is Sunday, and we're going to be doing a little birthday thing on Sunday. She's going to bake her own cake and we're going to watch.
On my oh, sorry, go ahead, Alejandro.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I was going to say thank you, Kevin, for your birthday wishes. And yes, thank you to Violet. We're going to have fun baking cake together.
I just wanted to truly appreciate every teacher that's been here. And for those practitioners who are on the other side of the screen, I don't think, and maybe you do, but if you don't, may you realize the amazing privilege and honor it is to have so many beautiful teachers together as one. I have sat under a lot of the teachers here, under their lives and their teachings, and to have all of us together, it is such a spiritual treat. So just for you teachers, thank you so much for bringing your energy and for bringing your wisdom and for bringing all that you are, not only here today, but to the community. And truly, truly, thank you for doing your parts to changing lives. And my baby cat says thank you also. So thank you, Luna, for showing up. So thank you all. Thank you all for truly changing lives. Thank you for saying yes to the calling, and thank you for saying yes to the giftings. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, and I want to add in there, everyone's always like thanking me for bringing us all together. I do this because it's like food for me. So you being here feeds me. So thank you all for being here. A joy for me. Like I'm being greedy. Like I just love it. And I'm just going to give another moment if anybody else wants to talk before we end the live. I just want to make sure that everyone has been heard. A couple of people here have been quiet. Now's your chance. All right. We are going to say good night.